Hello everyone. Today we will start with the 8th chapter named Civil Disobedience Movement. What do you mean by civil disobedience movement? When the word comes civil means the common people. We are the civilians. So it's related to the us. So Gandhiji started a movement called Civil Disobedience Movement where Gandhiji followed the Satyagraha in the way that we won't support the Britishers or we won't support the Britishers law or the act. Gandhiji firmly believed that if we won't support Britishers, then they won't able to survive in our nation. So on the contrary of that, Gandhiji begins with this law, or you can say with this movement. Correct? After the resolution of complete independence was passed in the Lahore session, Gandhiji decided to launch the civil disobedience movement. As we all know, we Indians demanded for the complete independence in the Lahore session. So after that, Gandhiji followed the civil disobedience movement. Before beginning this movement, Gandhiji asked for certain demands from the Britishers, but Britishers refused to fulfill that demands, and that resulted the beginning of this movement. Before beginning this movement, Gandhiji put up various demands in front of the British government. As we always seen that when we approach the Britishers for any change in law or any kind of support to the Indians, Britishers never supported that. And the same happened this time also, and Gandhiji need to start a nationwide agitation against the Britishers. One of the important demand was to cancel the salt tax and monopoly of British government for manufacture of salt. As we all know, the salt is a very common ingredient of every household, right? At that time, Britishers had the monopoly. What do you mean monopoly? Monopoly means single control, single power. So Britishers are only allowed to manufacture the salt, and they had imposed a heavy tax on salt. So Gandhiji always supported the idea that there should not be any tax on the commodity or the ingredient like salt, and on the basis of that, one was the important point that Gandhiji followed is to cancel the salt tax. One of the important demand was to cancel the salt tax and the monopoly of British government for manufacture of salt. But because the demands of Gandhiji were rejected by the government, he decided to launch Satyagraha all over India by breaking the Salt Act. So Britishers refused to fulfill the demands of Indians. So Gandhiji decided to start the Salt Satyagraha. Salt is an important ingredient in the food of common people. Hence, it was unjust, right? It was not correct to put tax, to impose tax on an essential commodity like salt. What is essential? Essential means beta necessary, which cannot be ignored, right? Maybe a rich, poor, any person belongs to any race, religion, caste, gender, everyone uses a salt. And the salt is a very basic thing. Why need to put tax on that? Therefore, Gandhiji started the Salt Satyagraha. Salt Satyagraha was symbolic. What is symbolic? A kind of icon. For any movement, we need a certain icon, a basis, a target. On that, Gandhiji started he started his civil disobedience movement with the Salt Satyagraha. The extensive object behind it. What do extensive? Extensive means broad, large, and objective means aim. That every movement needs a aim, needs a target, right? The extensive objective behind it was to break the oppressive and unjust law of the British government through peace and Satyagraha. And always Gandhiji maintained the discipline of the Satyagraha that we will only support the any movement by the non-violence way. Gandhiji chose Dandi. He started this movement from Sabarmati Ashram to the Dandi. Dandi is the name of place. It's near the seashore. Gandhiji chose Dandi, a seashore in Gujarat, to begin the Salt Satyagraha. And it was started on 12th of March 1930. Gandhiji set out from Sabarmati Ashram with 78 followers for launching the Salt Satyagraha. So at the beginning of this Dandi Yatra, or you can say Dandi March, 78 followers begin their journey with Gandhiji. As they move to the different villages, different locations, many people joined hands with Gandhiji and they converted into thousands of people that supported this movement. A distance of approximately 385 km was covered on foot. They traveled from Sabarmati to Dandi, which is approximately a distance of 385 kilometers by walking, by foot. And Gandhiji delivered speeches in the villages on the way. And as we all know, 385 kilometer at that time, or not today, also can be covered in a one single day. So Gandhiji, whenever he stops or whenever their followers take the rest, they deliver speeches and they try to motivate the people and to explain them what exactly we need to give support and how the way our freedom struggle be carried out. So many people supporting the ideas and the view of Gandhiji, and the same way they join hands in this movement. Through the speeches, Gandhiji appealed to the people to be fearless and join the civil disobedience movement. So it creates the courage among the people. Gandhiji motivated them that they should also contribute for the nation's freedom struggle. Due to Gandhiji's speeches, message of civil disobedience movement spread everywhere and a favorable atmosphere was created. A kind of good environment has been created with the help of Gandhiji's speeches, because as we all know, at that time we don't have any social media, social platform, or no any news channel. The only way were the speeches or the newspapers. But as we know, at that time the newspapers are not so common in the villages and common people are not able to afford the newspaper. So Gandhiji made a great change in the mind of the people by converting them in the freedom struggle. On 5th April 1930, Gandhiji reached Dandi. Remember when Gandhiji started his journey on 12th of March and he reached on 5th of April 1930. On 6th April, he broke the Salt Act. On 6th April, Gandhiji broke the Salt Act by picking up the salt lying on the seashore of Dandi, and the civil disobedience movement started all over the country. So in this way, Gandhiji broke the Salt Act by making salt by an Indian, and from that Indians are also allowed to make the salt or to manufacture the salt. So in this way, salt tax has been removed. The Peshawar Satyagraha. As we all know, Peshawar, it's a name of place. Now it's in Pakistan. The Peshawar Satyagraha was started by Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He was the great follower of Mahatma Gandhi. Even people called him as a frontier Gandhi. In the northwest frontier, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was the most loyal follower of Mahatma Gandhi. What do a loyal follower? You can say a trustworthy, whom you can trust. हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना ईमानदार, वफादार. Follower mean you can say supporter. So Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was the great follower, or you can say a loyal follower of Mahatma Gandhi. He was also known as Frontier Gandhi. He had founded the organization called Khudai Khidmatgar. Okay, what is the name? Khudai Khidmatgar. It's the name of the organization established by Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. On 23rd April 1930, he started Satyagraha at Peshawar. The town was in the hands of Satyagrahis nearly for a week. As we all know, the territories are under the control of Britisher, but since the movement has been started by the Indians, so almost for a week the Peshawar was in the control of the Indians. The British government gave orders to the Garhwal regiment to carry out open firing on the Satyagrahis. But as we all know, British always try to suppress the movement. British always try to gain back their territories. So on the same way, Britishers ordered the Garhwal regiment to open fire on the Satyagrahis. Garhwal regiment is the name of a troop. As we all know, there are different troops in the military. आपने बहुत सारी मिलिट्री मूवी देखी होगी जहाँ पे ट्रुप्स के अलग अलग नाम होते हैं, जैसे कि उनको एक कैंप होता है उनका अलग से. So they belongs to different camps or different troops. So at that time, Garhwal regiment were posted there. Their officer named Chandra Singh Thakur, he refused to open fire on the Satyagrahis because they were the innocent people, right? Remember Jallianwala Bagh, how General Dyer killed innocent people, right? But here it's a case of an Indian. So Indian, he won't do any injustice to the people, to the common people. But Chandra Singh Thakur, an officer of Garhwal regiment, refused to open fire. He simply said no, because they are the innocent people. They are trying to get their freedom. They are not doing any crime, right? They are not criminals. He was court-martialed and was given a severe punishment. Since he didn't agree the orders of the officer, so he was court-martialed and given severe punishment. What is severe punishment? You can say a strict punishment. What does a court-martial means? Because there are different code for the militarians or the civilians. We are civilians, we go to the civil code. The military have their own code, or they have their different procedure. So the court martial is called a case, like we are following our trials. So officers or they belongs to the military, they follow the court martial procedure. So on the basis of that, Chandra Singh Thakur had been punished. Does Chandra Singh Thakur was wrong? No, he done the justice, and he done what is good for the nation, or what is done for the welfare of the people. The British government found itself in a difficult situation due to the Satyagraha launched by Mahatma Gandhi, because this movement took a got the huge support from the people from different locations. So on 4th May 1930, Gandhi ji was arrested. Britishers trying to suppress this movement, so they tried to put the political leaders behind the bars, send them to the jail. Even on 4th of May 1930, Gandhi ji was arrested. After the news of the Gandhi ji arrest, it creates a nationwide agitation. So people came forward to support the Gandhi ji. Suppressive measures were undertaken all over the country. There were protests all over the country due to the arrest of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, understood the situation, the condition at that time. Next, Solapur Satyagraha. The workers at Solapur, they had declared the Hartal. What is Hartal? Hartal means strike against the government. And many leaders, or many, you can say, workers who are in the forefront of this Satyagraha, they lost their life, or they sacrificed their life for the nation. The mill workers were on the forefront in the Solapur Satyagraha. What do you mean by forefront? Forefront means who are in the front. Sabse aage. On 6th May 1930, Hartal was observed in Solapur. Hartal means strike. A huge procession was organized in Solapur. What do you mean procession? Procession, you can say, a kind of carnival that had been carried by a group or any religious customs. Hindi में कहते हैं ना जुलूस निकालना. So huge procession has been carried out in Solapur. The district collector gave orders of firing on the procession. At the time, the British officer who was posted as the district collector, he ordered to open fire on the procession. Many volunteers along with Shankar Shivdare died in the firing. As a result, people started attacking police stations, railway station, courts, municipal buildings, etc. The government declared martial law and the agitation was suppressed. So government put the martial law. We all know the meaning of martial law, right? So on the basis of martial law, no one allowed to make any protest or to come out the house or to make any group discussion. So in this way, they are trying to suppress the movement of the Indians. Those who took lead in this movement, those who are involved in this movement, such as Mallappa Dhanashetty, Shri Krishna Sarda, Qurban Hussain and Jagannath Shinde, were hanged to death. These important people sacrifice their life for the nation or for the freedom struggle. Dharasana Satyagraha. What is the Dharasana Satyagraha? Dharasana is the name of place, is in Gujarat, and the Dharasana Satyagraha was carried out by Sarojini Naidu, and many women Satyagrahis supported this movement. They even faced the police lathi charge, but they are not feared and they didn't went back. The Satyagraha at Dharasana in Gujarat was led by Sarojini Naidu. The police lathi charged on the Satyagrahis who came forward to break the SALT Act. The Satyagrahis silently tolerated the blows of the lathi. What do you mean tolerate? Tolerate means to handle that situation calmly, or to not to against that. In Hindi you can call it bardasht karna, right? To manage with the situation. So even they took the blow of lathi charge. Blow of lathi charge means when police started to beat them with the lathi, they didn't refuse and they didn't went back from this movement. Even if the people who are injured, they are replaced by the second group, and they stand very constantly that British won't trying to suppress them back. The police lathi charge on the Satyagrahis who came forward to break the SALT Act. The Satyagrahis silently tolerated the blows of the lathi when they were taken away for medical aid. What do medical aid? Medical help or medical treatment. Another branch of Satyagrahis came forward to replace them. समझ रहे हो, जो ग्रुप में लोग हैं जिनके ऊपर ब्रिटिशर्स लाठी चार्ज कर रहे हैं, तो वो इंजर्ड हो रहे हैं. इंजर्ड होने के बाद लोग भाग नहीं रहे हैं. जो आगे के लोग हैं, अगर वो इंजर्ड हैं, जख्मी हैं, तो उनको मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट के लिए लेके जा रहे हैं, और पीछे के लोग सामने आगे खड़े हो जा रहे हैं कि आपको अगर हमें मारना है आप मारो, हम डरने वाले नहीं हैं, हम यहाँ से नहीं हटेंगे. That kind of dedication people have for our freedom struggle. This continued endlessly. Endlessly means it won't stop. People getting injured, coming forward, getting injured, coming forward. Till then, British got tired. In Maharashtra, salt satyagraha took place at Vadala, Malwan and Shiroda. These are the few places in Maharashtra where salt satyagraha took place. Even people who are involved in the forest, you can say the Forest Act or in the forest kind of law, they also rejected the British new law introduced or new policies. Where there was no salt pans, the forest law were broken. There were jungle satyagraha at Bilashi, Sangamner, Kalawan, Chirner and Pusad in Maharashtra. The tribal people, the local people, the people who are in the remote areas also took part in the satyagraha in large number. So these are the people. They never afraid of the Britishers. They never went back for the freedom struggle. Sacrifice of Babu Genu. In Mumbai, there was agitation against foreign good. As we all know, we started the movement to boycott the foreign good. And one of the incident happened at Mumbai where a truck loaded with the foreign goods or foreign clothes coming out of the factory to move to the different location or to the market. Many protesters trying to stop this truck. Babu Genu slept in front of the truck to stop the truck. Britishers or the police officer tried to keep him away, but he refused, and finally the truck crashed him. Babu Genu sacrificed his life and gives a message to thousands of people, lakhs of people to be in the freedom struggle. In Mumbai, there was agitation against foreign goods. The vehicles transporting foreign goods were obstructed. Obstructed means it has been trying to stopped. It been huddled. Babu Genu said a mill worker from Mumbai was in forefront in this movement. A truck carrying foreign goods safeguarded. Safeguarded means protected by the police came in front of Babu Genu. To stop the truck, he lied down on the road. Police threatened him, but he did not move from his place. Finally, he was crushed under the truck. So British cruelly killed the Babu Genu and truck crushed the Babu Genu and he sacrificed his life. Babu Genu gained martyrdom. This sacrifice of Babu Genu gave inspiration to the national movement. What do you mean by martyrdom? Martyrdom means to attain matri. What does the matri means? When someone sacrifice their life for the nation or well-being of the people, it's called matri. हिंदी में कहते हैं शहीद होना. So Babu Genu gained martyrdom, and it also motivated the lakhs of people for the national movement. Understood how people sacrifice their life for the nation and they never afraid of doing this. Good.